So this video is going to be making meatballs with a homemade tomato, red onion and pepper sauce. Once you make your own sauces for pasta, you'll never go back. You'll never eat anything out of a jar again because the sugar content in them is horrific. And when you're used to making your own, when you go back and you try it, you're really shocked by the sweetness of it. So this isn't easy, especially the slicing, and our knives are terrible. So one thing we could really do that would help out would be to get the knives sharpened. But how long is it now? Been 18 months I've been saying that and we've still not got them sharpened. So the first job will obviously be to slice the onion, slice the pepper. So the first stage is you need one of these cutting boards to hold it in place. Get it on there. As you can see, or as you're going to hear, these knives are really in need of a good sharpen. Once you get that bit, it's not too bad. But yeah, these knives are not the easiest to do this with. Okay, get that in the bin. There we go. Losing half the onion here. Okay. So get that on there. Couple of slice it through the middle. And then once it's on, once you've got that bit, you're good to go really. What I like to do with my sauces is really give them a good blend up. So you can be pretty rustic with your cutting, because I'm just going to fry it down and then whack it all in the blender to get a nice smooth sauce. So you don't have to go crazy, which is a relief with the chopping. I've been criticised for my onion chopping by my good mate at BWJ Artist. Check him out on Instagram if you like surf or skate related art. So that's the onion done. These little tags, let me tell you, these are so hard to do with one hand. I mean, I should just get the scissors really. It would make it a lot easier. But where are the scissors? Much easier. If I could have a bionic hand, one of the attachments I'd have would be like scissors. Okay, again, cut the top off that, whip it over, pop the end off. Okay, get the seeds out. And like with the onion, it's going to be blended up, so it doesn't need to be the greatest chopping in the world. Just roughly cut it up. Just going to, like I say, just give them a little wash off. Just going to roughly, I mean when I say roughly, I mean roughly chop those up. That'll do, because like I say, it's all getting blended, so don't need to be a work of art. So you'll remember this little device from making the coffee the other day. This is great for opening tins. One of the hardest things I've ever tried to do is to open a tin using a tin opener. That wasn't easy at all, but we're good to go there. Start sauteing down nicely, just add a little bit of water to stop it burning, just steam it a bit, give it a little stir. little bit more water. And then just going to add in my full tin of tomatoes in there. Get that in, give it a stir. And I'm just going to let that cook down for a bit now, or saute, if that's the correct term. Just let that cook down a bit. And just start adding in. I'm a terrible baker, but I'm not a bad cook, but I just do it by eye, really. Never, ever, I'll be terrible at baking. You've got to be really exact with baking, haven't you? A few chipotle chili flakes just to give it a little bit of kick, nothing too much. But again, they've solidified in there. Anyway, and then putting the lid on with the one hand, the one-handed technique. Sorted. A little bit of turmeric, not a load, just a little bit. And then a hearty dollop of paprika. Just as much as you can get in there, I think, with that. Load it up. Love paprika. Give it a little stir. So I've got just boil the kettle, got a little bit of hot water, stock pot, stock going in. Trying to get it in anyway. Get the stock in, just get myself a fork, give that a quick blend up. I'll mix it and then whack that in. Don't want too much. I don't like a runny sauce. You don't want a runny sauce. You want a certain thickness to it. Okay. Leave that for a few more minutes just to cook, and then while that's cooking, I'm just going to get the blender out, and then we'll whack all that in the blender. Might be a bit too runny, that. Oh dear. That's not a good one for the video, is it? Making a runny sauce. Okay, so let's transfer this mixture into this. Now this is a bit of a messy job. Just turn the heat off there. Need a big spoon. Okay. So, obviously when I used to have two hands, I'd hold the jug over the pan to avoid any spillage. This is just me scooping a tomatoey vegetable mix into a jug. Okay, so we've got the mix, whack the lid on, turn the power on, and then let that go in. Okay. Next stage is to just brown off the meatballs, so I'll just put the pan back on the heat, a little bit more oil, whack that in there. I always like to just leave a little bit of the residue of the sauce, just because I think it makes the meatballs brown nicely. So just mix that oil in. Maybe a little bit more oil, just a smidge more. Right, and then open the meatballs. I'm going to need my knife for that. Put the knife in there. These are a bugger to open. That oil looks like it's heating up nicely. Give it a bit of a move around a bit more. And then we'll just whack them in. And then we're just going to let them brown off a bit. Let them brown off. Okay. So they're browning off nicely. Just going to get the sauce now. Pour the sauce in. Let's see if it is too watery. Oh no. Fantastic, look at that. Okay. Just give that a little mix round. Little mixy. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. Some lovely sea salt there. Wow, get that in there. Like a bit of salt. And then, I'm not sure when she got it for me, but my wife, obviously a pepper mill is really difficult to use, but I've got this little handy thing. I think it's called a rabbit's ear or bunny ears or something. Oh, nearly dropped it in the pan then. So, good bit of salt and pepper. So meatballs are cooked, pasta's cooked, just got to get the pasta out of the pan and then drain it through the colander and then whack the meatballs and the sauce on. So stage, I don't know what stage it is. Tricky process with one hand. I use the soak away. Get the pasta, whack it in there, look at that. I like to clean as I go when I cook. Can't stand a messy kitchen. Happy days. So we'll scoop that out. Always. Does anybody watching these know how much is able to get the right amount of pasta? I'm 48 years old now, and I'm still make too much pasta. There's too much for two, but not enough for three. What a problem. And then the final stage, just dish it up. And there we go. Semi-homemade, well, homemade tomato sauce, Aldi meatballs. Job's a good one.